Okay, I have my Python code over here. Alright, so you can see I'm using the Python 3. Okay, I'm using the online compiler, but you can use any IDE. Alright, on your local machine, you will work just the same. Okay, so what I have here is this part over here is actually the dictionary. Alright, the listing of the dictionary. So it's very much like a record. Alright, so you have the register, right, the make, and the price. Okay, so each of these is actually equivalent to a single record itself. Alright, and I want to have the function, alright, read this. Okay, so it will actually take in three parameters: the list, which whatever list that is given to it, the registration number, and a key that it is supposed to return. Alright, so that is the part of your assignment. And of course, when it returns, it will return a result, and of course the result will be displayed. Okay, all right, so if I do a 8888 and a make, all right, then of course this is 8888, it will return a notice, and that is what get printed out down here. Okay, all right, so how it actually work basically is the list get passed in, all right, the registration number, all right, the 4 8s get passed in, and the key is actually the make. But I need to loop through this entire list. So to do that, I make use of the for loop. Right, and I'm looping through the entire list itself. Right, and I'm looking at what is passed to the reg number, in this case the 48, and try to compare it with what is inside at the time, which is the registration number. So this is how you access it: the list, right, followed by the index number, followed by the key that you want, in this case the registration number. Okay, and of course I will return the key, and again the same way I access it, all right, through the list, the index number, and the key, in this case that can either be a make or a price. Okay, but the question now is very tricky. All right, you're given one particular record that has a problem because it has a make but it doesn't have a price. Okay, so probably invalid data entry, okay, or the system never validate that the price is a mandatory field. Okay, so whenever you access the registration 7422M for the price, you will realize that this record does not have any price. So what happened is it will give you an error. All right, so to stop that error from occurring, we need to have a exception handling. So where is the exception handling? The exception handling is over here. See the try and the except. Okay, so if it can return something, if there is no error, no exception handling required, it will do the return. But if in the event there is a error, right, runtime error, right, it will not stop at the runtime error. Instead, it will just return a none. That is why this none actually get displayed. Alright. So exception handling does not necessarily must be at the end. It can be in any location that you feel that it's needed to handle possible runtime error.